You say slow down. I don't like to move too fast. It drowns the truth with things that are not real, and I really want.
This is part 8 of the Craftsman Emerson Generation 2 Drill Press Set Rebuild series. If you haven't seen part 7, click the link at the top of the screen. In this video, we will be finishing up with the citric acid cleaning. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff and welcome to my shop. We got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. Okay, so this is the column for drill press B, and it's been soaking in simple green. So we are going to remove it from the simple green, reclaim that simple green, and rinse off the column. And then we're going to be soaking it in citric acid. So it's soaked in the simple green for, 2 or 3 days. This is the citric acid. If you've seen the previous videos, you know I'm basically doing 1 tablespoon per gallon, and this will hold the pipe that the column is going into holds about 2.5 gallons. So it got 3 scoops. And we just dump it in there, fill it up with water, and let that sit for a day or two. And in this case, it was a day. So 24 hours later, we'll be pulling the column out and rinsing it off. Here we are the next day. So the citric acid is food grade and biodegradable, so we can just dump it in the yard and then rinse off the column. And I'll be towel drying the column off camera. All right, so these are the parts for drill press B that we pulled out of the citric acid. They soaked for about 3 days, but they really only need to soak for about 24 hours. And we're just going to rinse them off, and then we're going to dry them. And we're going to dry them to the best of our ability so that they don't develop a whole lot of surface rust. So if you can time it, you want to go ahead and dry this stuff off, and then anything that's going to get painted, go ahead and prime it at that time, and that'll prevent any surface rust from developing. But it's going to be several weeks before we get to painting, so we're just going to be drying stuff off. These small parts, these parts that are not going to go or are not going to get painted, are just going in this little plastic bin, and we're going to be shooting some WD-40 on them. And the WD-40 will slow down the rust process. And when it comes time to clean them up with the wire wheels, then we can just re-soak them for an hour or so in simple green, and that'll remove that WD-40. And this is the table, capacitor cover, lock handles, column collars, pinion, and the chuck body. So a lot of this stuff will still have paint on it, and we're going to have to remove that with wire wheels. There's the belt cover, and it's pretty much clean, and then the head casting. So you'll notice that this belt cover has some creases and dents in it. We're going to have to bang all that out to the best of my ability. The paint we'll be using has a semi-gloss coating, I think, on it. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was semi-gloss. It shows enough light that anything like that crease in the belt cover is definitely going to stand out once it's painted. So we need to get it back to as original as we can get it. And there's the base. So this is definitely going to be a short video. So we're going to be coating this stuff here since it's not getting painted with the WD-40. And I just didn't have a whole lot of time to work on everything this week. So, this is going to be that super short video in this series. And that's basically going to wrap this one up. So in the next video, I think we're going to start cleaning up the columns and polishing them. And then we'll move on from there. As always, I appreciate the support, and I will see you next time.